It's time.
Crazy talk.
All right, here we go.
The Cocktail Show.
Get ready to have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
This is exciting.
Ooh, I like that.
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
I've allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Cocktail Show.
Gary.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary. But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's Gary Meier.
3, 2, 1, 0.
It's Todd Pickering welcoming you to the Garry Meier Show Cocktail Hour. Live.
Cocktails. Ooh, drinks.
We're streaming live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central.
On Friday, October 27th, 2023. And of course, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa. As for me, I'm away from the controls this week attending my 30-year law school reunion. Yikes. Ryan's got the con. Let's give him 15 seconds right here to add something if he wants to unmute.
In the land of radio waves, a voice rings clear. A man named Garry Meier without any fear. With wit and charm, he captivates the air. A true legend beyond compare. So raise a glass and toast to his name.
Time's up.
The best way to watch this show is the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
YouTube. Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.
Please like and share the show on all the social media channels.
Comments during the live show, wherever we are streaming, can be seen in our virtual studio.
And we may show them on the screen
and or talk about them.
And that's it.
Now, fasten your seatbelts. It's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Live.
Here we go. Let's have a good time on America's podcast. Boom. Shakalaka. All right. Happy Halloween, everybody. This is the card that was sent to me by Ryan's son, Hank. Thank you, Hank. Appreciate it. All right. This is it. We're up and going, and we need this so badly. I say this every week, but boy, I'm not overselling it. After the stories that have come out this week, I think we all need a stiff drink. And boy, I'm getting a stiffy right now. This is a stiff one. And we have to do one more thing. Let me kick the tires, light the fires. All right. One more thing has to happen before we are wheels up. And Leslie's got to remove that condom.
I got a card too.
Did you get the same
funny.
one?
It's got like an alcohol theme on mine. Yeah.
That's the front of the card?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Happy Halloween. Hope it's a real spirit lifter. Get it? The spirit tie-in.
Hope your Halloween
got
is splendidly spooky, is what mine says. Yeah. Thank you, Hank.
Thank you, all you Corcorans.
Yeah, it's from the whole family. But Hank, is the one that initiates that. Okay, we've got to do that. Otherwise, we're not airborne here.
That's right. And since we are in that Halloween season, I went with a freak show. It was on sale beside. So there you go.
Yeah. Is it any good?
Oh, it's usually a really tasty one. A little more expensive than I usually get, but you're worth it. All of you are worth it.
Boom.
Okay, here
Finger
we go.
gun. Here it goes. Let's see. Wow, I didn't even see that. It was so fast.
Oh, pew! It was a line drive to left field.
So the freak show pays off. That's good. And we are ready to go. And how we do this, if you're new to the cocktail show, there is a person that's in first on the comment section. Her name is Keely-Ann, and we have to go to her comment first. But she has a stack of comments, I believe, this week. My schnauzer and I are nurses for Halloween. Bend over and I'll take your temperature. Sponge bath from schnauzer after. Have a safe and happy Halloween. Oh, okay.
Well,
thank
cheers.
you, KA. There's more to this. I took out the word slutty before nurses. Okay.
Oh. Well, don't feel you have to do that for us.
No, I don't know why. Slutty nurses. That's a good clown name. And weird or maybe spooky. Yeah. All right.
Naughty
and all right out of the chute there, Martin from British Columbia. I might have to go screen door right away. And is this right?
No, it absolutely is.
Is that right?
Yeah. Once again, think in terms of kicking in the screen door. So you
Okay.
want the extra support down low.
Okay, and we have a graphic in case I can't figure it out.
There is
Brian,
that, but we're not
as
going to
you
use it
heard,
today.
is in control here because Alan
Oh,
is
look.
traveling this side up. That's what it is. This is from Brian, who is part of Oh Yes, the house band of the GarrForce. They're going to perform next Friday. Oh, programming note. Boy, sad. Jenna Duddleston will not be on the program tonight because she had some business that had to be attended to immediately. So we'll have her back on at her earliest convenience. All right. Brian, did you put Brian up there and did I read it? Yeah. Checking in from the land of Delinka, Universal Studios in Orlando. Okay.
Isn't that funny? Here, Alan's in Sheridan land and the Sheridans are in Delinka land.
So everything's balanced out. Mundelein, Illinois, checking in. Samantha, hello. And Catherine, hello. Well, hello. Well, hello. Lucinda, happy Friday, everyone. FYI, I'm reading The Hollywood Godfather. What a good book. Hey, I gotta say, let me take a pause here.
Okay.
All right,
oh, the screen door has come down.
Yeah, the screen doors come down. Gianni Russo, who wrote that book, and he was on the show a few weeks ago because he was doing an appearance in the Chicago area, and the appearance got canceled. And I'm still trying to
evenings or just one?
Both. So I apologize to anyone who bought a ticket and then got there. I'm sure you got a full refund, but I don't know what happened there. I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Once again, I think maybe this has something to do with the eclipse. We lose Gianni, we lose Jenna, but everybody will be back.
It's still reverberating. You're right. That damn eclipse. Hi all. Cheers. And that's from Anna. What was that? Anna?
Anna.
Yeah.
I should say hi to Doug. Doug always makes a point of saying hi. So hi, Doug.
Doug, Johnny from Michigan, Doggy Boy. All the regulars are here. Good. Scott from Michigan. And Greg. There's Doug. Gree freeze. Doug is Gree freeze.
Free. No, just free. Free.
Oh, free. See, I got no glasses. And through a
screen
door. Tried to read through a screen door with no glasses.
Damn vanity.
Yeah, really. Okay.
I should say a howdy to a listener or a viewer actually that I ran into at an event in at Del Webb Sun City Huntley. And I heard my name called from across the way, and it turns out I'm sorry, I think it was Frank. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but he watches the podcast. He's just a couple days younger than you are, Garry, and he feels like you're simpatico because of it. But hello to all you folks at Del Webb Sun City.
He likes Leave It to Beaver too?
I get that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Double beefs, no less. Not a single beef. He likes a double beef like you do.
They got to start with two. It's a tough time, and we need two. Cindy says, what would life be without the regulars? Yes, we love our regulars that are here every week. Walter and all the others that check in. Yeah. Okay.
And beside all of you who comment, and we love the fact that you do, I do know that there are a lot of lurkers. And so we want to say a special thank you to all you lurkers as well. Finger guns to you.
What's a lurker, would you say?
They just watch. They never, it's, the way a lot of us view certain social media sites these days. You can read through it, you can watch it, you can see whatever you want to see, but you sometimes are afraid to put a toe in the water. Now, nobody should ever be afraid to put a toe in these waters because we're always very friendly and accommodating. But some people are just more comfortable just watching the room as opposed to being... They're the chancy
gardeners of the group. They like to watch. I like to watch.
I like to watch.
I like to watch. Finger gun. Okay. I can't avoid the 800-pound fugitive in the room. This guy that they're looking for in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, what must it be like to have 350 law enforcement people looking for you? You know, when you're driving and the lights go on the cop car behind you, and you start flop sweating. That's one. That's just one cop.
That's just what.
Yeah.
Now
How
you
does
got.
it? Yeah. What's 350 like?
For someone in their right mind, that would be very intimidating. We get the feeling that this person is not a clear thinker. So who knows? This may just be fun.
But
For
my man
I
David,
don't know where they are right now. I
my
mean,
man David Muir was in Lewiston because he adds to the healing of
oh,
people's misery and their nightmare. And this becomes massacre porn very quickly as they stand there and pretend like they're concerned. And they'll move on to the next whatever in about 3 days. But they're all there. All the main anchors are there for what? I don't know.
did David wear his bulletproof vest with
No,
press written on it? Oh,
that
okay.
doesn't. Don't you think he should? This guy's still on the loose.
Well,
He's
and
got a gun.
there's still shelter in place orders for people in the area.
Okay, did you see the press conference where one of the cops in charge said, we feel that he's armed and dangerous. Kind of get that already.
We feel that?
And he said, do not approach him. Got that. I don't think I'd do that. But thanks for
Okay.
telling me.
Also, I'm hearing a lot of reporters who don't know anything about weaponry. If you don't know what kind of gun it is, just call it a long gun. Call it a rifle. Until we have more information, stick with the facts and stop trying to make it more than it is. I think it's pretty heinous just the way it is, with that many people being mowed down while they're enjoying.
At a bowling alley.
And then did you oh heck, the name of the bar?
Schmenniges. I know it's an SCTV
Oh.
the Schmengies, or they were the
Schmengies.
Schmengies,
It is,
the Schmengi brothers.
and
I know when
nothing
I heard
bad should
that.
ever happen at a place called Schmengies.
I
Oh,
know, and when it first broke, I saw one of the anchors on one of these news channels trying to Schmengies, and they were struggling.
Schmengies.
It's Schmengies, Schmengies.
Oh,
But you go
Christ.
bowling and
Yeah.
you're dead. That's not right. You go to a 4th of July parade and you're dead. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
No. And
Okay.
especially when there's so many red flags that have led up to this point too. So yeah, this
But
sucks.
how does a guy? I know it's heavily wooded in Maine. I've never been to Maine, but when you have 350 law enforcement people, helicopters with infrared, I don't know where you can hide. And I picture the end of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid with this guy. I hope it is, because this is a guy that just needs to go. This is it.
Yeah, we don't need anything long and drawn out here.
No.
It's just, yeah.
No, we don't need to arrest him and then find out what happened and all this. We know what happened, and we'll
Yeah.
just make that conclusion now and say it's not dead or alive. It's just dead at this point. Come on.
Oh, and thanks God, it's Schmenniges. But
Schmenniges.
but it shouldn't be Schmengi. I don't know.
The
Anyway.
Schmengi brothers. That's why you're confused.
That's I am.
And the Schmengi brothers, the bit was they would exchange socks. The Schmengi brothers. Remember?
Is that
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The Schmengi
Okay.
brothers. Yeah, great bit. Yeah, Schmengis, we're going to change socks now. Oh God.
Like Turtle Bean says, how can they not find that guy?
Well, that's
And
just it.
He
That-
doesn't
that's-
seem like the kind who would do a catch me if you can. I'm gonna go dye my hair and change my appearance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
350. 350 law enforcement people with every kind of technology device you can imagine to find somebody. Where do you go? Now, have you followed this angle where they found his car next to down by the river, and they say he had a jet ski, and now where do you go with a jet? How far do you go on a jet ski without being noticed?
Well, but that indicates that there was some more premeditation than one would have
Right.
thought in this case. Okay.
One of the
To be
other
honest,
angles coming out, I don't know if you heard this, is that he was going with somebody who broke up with him, and he thought she was at the bowling alley. Have you heard that one?
I did. Well, and so here you go. I I'm only going for the gelato of news stories these days, as evidenced by the batches that you hear on our weekday shows. I just can't get that deep into stories that don't directly involve me anymore because I just don't have the
The
physical
capacity.
wherewithal to
Yeah.
to deal with all this. We're starting world. I keep seeing headlines about World War III and everything else going on, and now this. It's like
Right.
I just don't know how much more I can bear.
Well, the news media, this is gold for them. They're
Oh,
ping-ponging. You got a serial killer and a war or two, and this is what they love. And here's the other bit. We're heading into ratings month. November is a ratings month. So this is
okay.
falling at a time where they're going to suck the life out of all of it.
Well, move over mammograms because usually we like to do
Yeah.
the mammogram stories around this time of year. Mammogram.
Yeah, because they can kind of show a naked woman on network television.
Right. There's the emotional element involved there and the we care aspect.
Yeah.
We're not just reporting the news, we care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hearts and prayers going out. They don't care. They don't even think about the story after they've read it. What is Johnny from Michigan saying there? He's got quite a paragraph going.
I'm wondering if I can post this out of subject, but I'm 48 years old in December and I'm still single. Thank you for having me here. One of my neighbors died this week, and I've lost a lot of family and friends as it is. I apologize for this not good here, but thank you. I'm going on an online mixer at the Second City this evening. Well, sometimes, John, I worry about you because you do focus on the things that you don't have. And yet, look, every week you amaze us with the things that you are doing. And so hopefully you embrace that. I mean, I'm not going to a mixer at Second City tonight. Gary, are you going to a
I
mixer
am
at
not
Second?
mixing tonight, but
So,
you're dead on, Leslie, with Johnny. He first appeared outside a studio at a radio station I was working at, and he was tapping on the window. We had the capability to talk to people on the street. I started talking to him, and he caught me with, my dad was President Eisenhower's dentist. That's all I needed. And that was years ago.
ta-da!
And we're still friends. And I love Johnny because of what you just said. He takes any kind of obstacle and moves around it very nicely. And Johnny,
and he
there's
has
somebody for
been
you.
dealt a difficult
Yeah.
deck. I mean, a difficult hand, if you will, from that deck. And yet, with $50 in his pocket, he comes to Chicago. He stays at a hostel. He goes and he's like hobnobbing with the mayor or whomever he runs into. And seriously, just focus on the amazing things that you have done and you will do, John. I think you'll be much happier.
I didn't know that drag queen bingo existed until Johnny sent me a picture of himself with
And-
two drag queens.
And there you go. Was it Twister or Bingo? Twister. Wait, what
No,
did you
it's
say?
bingo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now that's another event. That could be something.
I didn't pay too much attention.
Yeah, it was
Sorry.
bingo. It was
Oh,
bingo.
bingo. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Mark, hi. Richmond, Kentucky, checking in. Hello. And Proud Islander just says canasta.
Canasta. It's what's an online mixer? Says Proud Islander. It's
It's
no
the same
chance
thing.
of STDs.
Right. You're not three-dimensional, but you're meeting people.
Okay. Maybe that's better than like the swipe left, swipe right kind of way of meeting people, because let's face it, people are using filters and old pictures and other people's pictures. So at least with an online mixer,
Right. You can't hide.
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, John.
All right. Yeah, Johnny, you're
We
great.
love you.
Yeah, you're a good guy. And Sandy Tracy, and she has sent many things that you have given away, Leslie, and things that we have in our personal possession that we like. Like she sent me the stainless steel ice cube tray that I'm using every day. Look at those. And you sent me some too. So,
Well, because everybody should have some bendable skeletons this time of year.
hello, Mr. Letterman. Hello.
That's only part of this week's giveaway. Oh, and speaking of giveaways, a little bit more business. Last week's winner was Matt Schmidt. Matt, we haven't heard from you, or if we did, we somehow lost it. I still have your gift bag right here. And it was a really good one, beside if I do say so myself.
You don't. And Matt, email me at GarryMeierShow@GarryMeier.com, and I'll forward that to Leslie, and you'll get your stuff.
Okay, so thanks. We'll take care of that. Sorry, Matt, for the delay.
All right.
But, we got some good stuff for you.
Yeah, what do you got this week?
We should tease it a lot earlier in the show. So we do have the trio of bendable skeletons. We have some swag from our friends at OES who will be here next week. We have their wristbands. They're very stylish. We have a vintage Mad Magazine paperback. I think this one came to us from Turtle Bean. We have, I got these, just a starter whistle, because, or maybe these days you might want to just wear it when you're walking down the street.
Exactly.
If you should see a mass murderer, this would be the time to blow the whistle.
When you need the whistle, yes.
There you go. We have the last valve stem cover / pencil topper glow in the dark penis thing with a hole in the bottom. So you can use it any way you want. We don't necessarily want to know what you're doing with it. This is something new. I was at that event at Sun City Huntley, and the people at Black Diamond Heating and Air Conditioning were giving away what some folks were, there was buzz about this being the best pizza slicer you'll ever own.
Oh, cool.
The world's best pizza cutter. And it's all plastic, but I could see, and the way you'd leverage it, that this might be a damn fine, and I kind of wanted to use it, but I'd rather share it with you. So you're getting one of these.
A necessity in any household. You got to have the pizza cut right.
Brand new.
There it is.
The custom Garry Meier Show refrigerator magnet created by our own Alan Delinka. And you can look at how you can brag. I'm a magnet winner.
And you won't swallow that, kids.
Ball liquor, and the thing that started it all, your very own wine condom. Talk about a prize package. Yeah, awesome.
Okay, and we will give the phrase that pays in a few minutes. Then
when we figure it out.
Yeah, we do that on the run. How's Angry Mama? Because Bobblehead wants to say hello.
Where the fuck have you been? You said you'd call me.
I will.
You swipe left, you swipe right. I don't give a shit which way you swipe, but don't blow me off, asshole.
I won't.
Ooh,
I'm sorry.
Easy, honey.
I talked about that movie Magic that I saw this week, and my ventriloquist dummy that I thought was coming off the shelf after I saw the movie. If you've seen the movie, it's about Anthony Hopkins, who starts off as kind of a magician, mostly card tricks, but then he morphs into a ventriloquist, and then he starts to take all of his demons and run it through the dummy, and then the dummy tells him to do things, although it's himself telling through the dummy to do things. And having a vent myself, after I saw the movie, I fell asleep one day and woke up and I thought my dummy was lying next to me off the shelf, and it freaked me out. So that's that. Okay. But okay, so here we are in the program where we have this opening that we're going to fill with Jenna, but we don't have that. So we're going to talk to Ryan earlier than we usually do because he's got photos and things. What's been happening in your life? You usually run into a lot of weird people in Wisconsin.
Oh, I always run into weird people, and then I send weird things in the mail that gets Leslie confused.
That's what we're going to talk about right now. Okay. So here's what happened. She gets this piece of mail.
Well, first I get this lovely card from the Corcorans. Think nothing of it except, oh my God, how thoughtful. You guys remember every holiday. I get like St. Patrick's Day cards from the Corcorans. I mean, good God, they just have it all covered. And then I threw the envelope away. I kept the card. And then the other thing was this weird little note. And it was addressed to, if you can see, Giveaway Center USA. I've blacked it out because it's my home address. Postmark. Okay, this is where I got confused. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But then on the back, it is F. Abrabs at 6069 8th Avenue, St. Charles. What? And it says, add to the prize for fun. See, there was this little post-it.
So now you're thinking, I open this, there's anthrax in there.
So I did. I shook it out. There was no white powder, so we were good there. But then when I get our, like those tags you get
Deli
at the
numbers.
deli counter with just, there were two, and here's where I thought, I started thinking too hard. It's like, there's a 9, there's a 5, there's a 3, there's a 4, and I couldn't make sense of what this was trying. There were 2 9s, as a matter of fact, which made it even more confusing. And I thought, there's a message in these numbers. And then I got scared because it's like, well, what if it's like one of those things where like the number 21 and it's been sent to my house and now it's like the ring and a girl's going to climb out of my TV and kill me. And then Ryan's like, explain.
So how long before you had some conclusion on what it was?
It was a while of like letting the adrenaline build up and, oh my God, somebody's got my home address. They're sending me creepy tags with numbers that I don't
What
understand.
are those? What are those?
Hank got them from a friend at school, and he came home and said, we've got to send those into the Garry Meier show. So I just made up a fun address, knowing that Leslie would see it was from Milwaukee and probably recognize my handwriting. So I just sent it that way, and she didn't, because I just sent that Halloween card with the same handwriting. So they're deli numbers. Hank got them from a friend at school and said they need to be part of the prize package. So
okay, but they are nothing.
Your kid's got a weird sense of humor now, and we're
does.
probably adding to it. So
going to John Bonet Ransom Note University.
Exactly. Oh my God! It shouldn't scare the bejeepers out of me, but it did. But okay, so with that, I'm going to include one of these in.
There you go. You can take them to your local deli and hold up 9.
Since we have 2 9s, you get one of the 9s. So there, that's included is a Festival Foods number 9.
Number 9. All right.
That went through my head. Number 9. And that's when I started thinking maybe it is a message. So.
Crazy day.
Thanks, Ryan.
It's the eclipse.
Yes, you're welcome.
The eclipse. What other stuff do you have, Ryan, that you can show
I got some pictures. For us. And then that little quick read at the beginning that I had to read really quickly, Alan left a spot for me. And I thought, what am I going to put in there? So I asked the AI chatbot, create a poem around Garry Meier. And it created a poem, and I had to cut it way down. And then I said, create a song about Garry Meier. And we could play it later. It created a song about your days at WLS and the Loop. And
all you put in was what? Where you could get that.
Create a song. Give me a song about Garry Meier. That's it.
That's all you said.
And it
based on Wikipedia and created whatever is out there.
How long did that take?
30 seconds.
Yeah. Frightened yet?
30 seconds. And the poem was actually decent. I had to cut it way back, but
that's an artificial voice doing it too, right?
Well, I had the text, and then that one I have is dumb. It doesn't do it to audio. And Alan gave me the idea to put it to audio. So I had to go to a different AI site and put it in there. And then I got to choose the voice. And then I put a little music behind it, and 10 minutes worth of work. And there you go.
They're going to own
crazy.
us.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They're totally going to own us.
We're doomed.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll add some pictures.
What else do you have? The skeleton has taken over completely.
There's
Halloween.
In honor of the cocktail show.
Where was that at?
I saw it online. Everybody's skeleton crazy. So you see six or 7 a day online.
Yeah, they're all over people's yards now. That's it. Okay. It's all skeletons.
So I was thinking about this week. Imagine being the guy who came up with, you know what, we need to start selling plastic skeletons. or the woman who says we're going to sell plastic skeletons. And like I said, there was a rack of them on hangers at Home Depot early on in the season. But then somebody went, how about we make it 12 feet tall? Think of how rich that SOB is right now, because they are everywhere. The big giant ones, and I would think, oh, you'd sell a couple of them. No, there are millions of these things out there on the streets now.
Okay, let's go back to that main killer and think about this. You've got all these Halloween displays. So say he's running down the street and cops are coming and he sees a Halloween display. He can just lie on the grass by some display and they got to deal with all that. Yeah.
Wow, it's like what's his name?
Nativity scene.
Yeah, exactly. And Home
Macaulay
Alone.
Culkin,
Home Alone.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So here's
what
another
else?
one. Taylor Swift is getting vilified in some areas and
Too
other
much
ones.
barbecue.
So, yeah, too much barbecue. So
The NFL is apparently thinking that maybe there's been a little too much Taylor Swiftiness going on these days, that maybe it's time to dial it back. But I have a story coming up, and it turns out that maybe we need more Taylor Swift and not less.
Oh, okay.
Here's one. I don't commend drinking on the job, but you can take your work documents to work like that and have a swig when you need to.
Okay, it doesn't look anything like anything but a bottle in there. Yeah.
What else do I got? Oh, this Leslie sent this. So if you have time to go out and look at this video, you can explain it, Leslie.
It's probably about a 20-second video that's making its way around the interwebs. Once again, we would love to play these things, but it would get this whole show knocked off. So we just can't because of licensing, but it's a rooster running around in gym shoes. And I don't know whether to be amused or disgusted that someone put gym shoes on their rooster, but
and it's a catchy little song too that plays with it. It's a little catchy little tune, but it's quick. So there's the rooster.
How do you put shoes on a rooster? Because there's not much to work with.
They're, as we used to call them in our family, gaga feet. That's what you call chicken feet. And they're supposedly delicious too. So if you're looking for something outside the norm, chicken feet, they're delicious and inexpensive.
Seriously.
That's the word.
Okay, there's no meat. I don't like chicken wings. There's nothing on them.
Well, it's like people who like to suck on chicken necks or the turkey neck at Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's just...
Okay. Speaking of Gaga, I just saw Lady Gaga doing a pharmaceutical commercial.
Yep. Does she have psoriasis, is it?
No, it's something else. But I thought this, as I'm sure you thought, how much did they pay her to do this? That's how much money these pharmaceutical companies are making. Because they can afford a Lady Gaga. And why would she do that? But, well, the paycheck had to be astronomical.
And that always used to be the thing, is that these celebrities didn't want to be associated with erectile dysfunction or incontinence or whatever they had going on. But now it's like, oh, hell, bring it on.
Migraines. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, it's migraines.
Oh, there you go. It's a migraine drug.
But still.
Oh, because I guess wasn't there a Kevorkian?
Kevorkian? Wasn't there a Kevorkian solution to migraines? I think there is.
No, there was a Kardashian. I think Chloe was suffering from that as well. So,
but my point being, they're paying these people a fortune because they're making a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I can't come to terms with. You're complaining about what government regulation or whatever, when it gets to, we got to keep the prices down on these pharmaceuticals, and then these pharmaceutical companies start squawking like, really? You're going to go broke somehow? How? Okay, don't hire Lady Gaga.
that would be go back. What about Bomb Chica? Is she a flash in the pan? She's the one who gave us our Jardian stands.
Oh, God. I don't know why diabetes and dancing are connected, but they've done it. You want to dance when you got diabetes, and this will help you along to dance better when you have diabetes. Jardians.
I have this picture too. This was on Leslie set in case you're lazy at the national park or out.
So let's kind of do a crossover here. I'll do the story that goes along with this. And it seems that our idea, and Garry, you have brought this up, of having escalators to the top of Mount Everest might not be so far-fetched after all. Visitors to the mountains of China's Zhejiang province. It's my best, Chinese that I'm using today. Well, folks who head to this province can leave their hiking boots at home and simply ride the new escalators to some of the area's most popular sightseeing locales. In the past, the trek to the top of Tanyu Mountain was an arduous trip, accessible only to those hardy enough to grapple their way up the 1,300-foot summit. Well, now anyone can reach the peak by just hopping on this massive escalator that runs from bottom to top. While many applaud the accessibility, others argue that the mechanical contraption is a nuisance.
It's a nuisance because...
Well, it would have been nice if they had tried to blend it a little bit into the landscape, but it's just a big giant freaking escalator.
It's much better to have your purist hikers going up and leaving all of their garbage like they do on Everest. Much better. Yeah.
That's true.
Aesthetically, that's much better.
I don't know that they need oxygen bottles to get to the top of Tanyu Mountain, but you definitely don't need them now.
I like that a lot. The Chinese, Wuhan, virus to go, Wuhan, virus to go. Gambling, Las Vegas gambling.
Vegas gambling.
On the T show this morning, I played the piece from Lost in America that we've talked about. It is 4.5 minutes of pure gold. In the movie, Santa Claus takes care of everything. You have Santa Claus, give us our money back. Albert Brooks.
The Desert Inn has heart.
Desert Inn. What do you think about now when you think about the Desert Inn? Nothing. Gambling. People come here to gamble. Oh, God. And you could tell Garry Marshall is actually breaking up, not because he was told to start laughing at that point by the director, because it's funny. And laughter when it's happening within a dialogue. Oh, God. That's real laughter. No, gambling. Now you make me laugh. You're a nice guy. I'll tell you what, your room, your meals, comped.
There's certain things that we now have made part of our fabric. And in the same way I was talking about, it's hard to say cash without saying cash. Whenever we would hear the number 22 in this family, it would be played. 22. Shit. 22.
That's the number she lost. The nest they got.
On Keno, yep.
And when they went to Hoover Dam, you could see this place called the Snackateria off to the side by Hoover Dam. And I thought that was made up for the movie. Turns out that's the real place. Went to Hoover Dam, went to the Snackateria. Cool name, awesome. Snackateria.
I got two more. This was George passed that along. Apparently,
George, the technical advisor for the GarrForce, and he also works for Buddy Bear Car Wash. And Buddy Bear Car Washes, they sponsor all the music heard on the GarrForce. Give your car a bear hug in the Chicago area if you want to get your car washed and have a vacuum cleaner that can suck anything out of your car. They've got them. What is this?
It was a hearse, right? What city was it in, Leslie?
This was in Homewood, Illinois today. Apparently, this vehicle from a local funeral home was transporting a body when they were involved in a hit-and-run incident. The body was thrown from the back of the vehicle, and there you have the stretcher and the SUV at the scene. Details are still sketchy. This is breaking news, so I don't have any more details than that.
So the body's on a stretcher that has wheels on it, so that thing can be going down the street because it's on a hill there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank God we live in Illinois where it's not going to go too
it's
far.
Pretty much flat, yeah. Okay.
And then my last one, this was in Wisconsin. It's in Racine County. This man and his friends carve 196 pumpkins every year, and they stack them up and for Halloween like that.
Wow.
How did they light them?
I don't know. It's pretty amazing.
I love
Battery?
stuff like that. What?
Yeah, I don't.
Battery operated
You
votive
think they're
lights
battery operated?
might
They
have
have to be,
changed
right?
the
How would you get up there to light all of them every
Here's
night?
a better picture of it. Yeah, it's I don't know how you even stack them that high, and I guess you glue them
really.
together or construction adhesive or something. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Is there something called construction adhesive, Ryan?
There is.
Oh, because I love good adhesives. I love good
There is
tapes.
construction adhesive. You got to get some of that. That there is construction adhesive. So.
Oh, I love all that. I love anything that can hold.
Yep. Do we want to pick a phrase that pays? Or are we going to go with the one you put in chat, Leslie? Do you want to go with that one?
Yeah, let's go with that.
What did you put in
And
there?
it is #pizza cutter, because this thing does amaze and amuse me. So whoever is the winner, I'd love some feedback. Is it in fact the best pizza cutter you'll ever own? Because they claim it is. It's made by a company called Fay Promotions. The world's best pizza cutter. See, it says so right on the back.
Then it has to be.
Well, we're America's podcast, and we can't say that,
No,
just
that's
willy-nilly.
illegal otherwise.
We've signed the paperwork, so this is supposed to be the world's best pizza cutter. So
How do you-
#pizza cutter.
Pizza cutter.
#pizza cutter. Put it in the queue. How do you all like your pizza? What size? What shape do you like?
Oh, you mean in
Triangles?
terms of how you cut it?
Squares?
Square.
Square?
We're
Drives Jamie
kinda
nuts when I order pizza and
Chicago-y.
say cut it square.
Square. Leslie?
If you got a good enough pizza cutter, then you go square. If you are limited by the knife that you're using, then you have to go triangles. So
Thick or thin?
wedges, if you will.
Thick or thin?
Thin.
Yeah.
Thin.
Thin. What did Cindy say
In
there?
my mouth.
Oh,
Get
just
in
put
my
Cindy
mouth.
back
Here it
up
is.
there. I didn't see it. Leslie, we have one from a pizza place near me. It works well, but I prefer a metal cutter.
Metal cutter.
Well,
Okay, well there you
let's
go.
see what
Or
happens.
just like a good rocking knife, whatever. Hey, we'll put it out there. But either way, it's free. So
Yeah, free over good, as they say. I mean, come on.
And you can take your deli number and get some deli meat at the store.
And seriously, if you go to Festival Foods,
You're
you
already
could
set.
throw off the system entirely with this thing.
We have bogus numbers in line.
Counterfeit deli
bogus numbers at the deli.
Stop,
Okay,
it
do you
was
have a
nearly
Wisconsin
destroyed by a
report
cat.
too,
Nope,
Ryan?
I just did the pumpkin thing since I'm running the controls today. I
Okay.
got so
All right.
that's all I have. Do we want to do sponsors?
Yes, I want to pay homage to the fine sponsors, which would be Bettenhausen Automotive to start.
This is it. Jeep Adventure Days and Ram Power Days are ending. At Bettenhausen, take 10% off MSRP or lease a new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo for $389 per month. Employee pricing is back. You pay what Mike and Troy pay on all new Chrysler Pacificas. Power up and lease a new Ram 1500 for $399 per month. Your best car buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCBJR.com.
I saw this article where a lot of America is starting to dress like cowboys, and they're looking at what the catalyst is, and Yellowstone is in there. Ralph Lauren has a book coming out, or is out, and he's all about that whole denim Western style and all American. And I loved the cowboy era when I was a kid, although when I learned that it was not balanced properly with the Native Americans, it turned me off. But I didn't know that as a kid. Anyway, I love that whole look. And Ram, my point being, Leslie, you got to have a Ram truck to be a cowboy.
It would definitely round out the look. And as somebody who appreciates shoes, cowboy boots. They're huge this season.
Yes.
Men and women. It is cowboy boot a go-go. And I've been to all sorts of events. And who is that saying this? I found Tracy was talking about, I found my cowgirl hat from Utah. cowboy hats, men and women.
Did you
And
ever
they
see
seem to be spending a bit on him.
Did you ever see the movie Silverado?
Like my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Because let's face it, it had every hot male actor of the 80s in there. It was Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
It was
one of his
Kevin
first movies,
Kline.
if not his
It
first
was,
movie. Right, right.
oh my
Brian
God.
Dennehy was the sheriff,
Brian
and
Dennehy was
it was
the bad guy.
it was because of that movie that we had him on our radio show when he was in town. And he walks in. This I'll never forget this. He walks in with one of those long rider coats, like in the movie, and I'm like,
That
God,
is a
this
good
guy is
one.
so cool. And he was the nicest guy, and we became very close friends. And I was so devastated when he died a few years ago. But you talk about
Look at Teeny stealing the wine condom. Come on, get down.
the cat is now going for the condom.
She's stealing the condom. No, we
She's
will
stealing
not
the
have
condom. Stealing the condom. See,
But,
fleeing the
oh my
interview.
God.
You're fleeing the interview.
He was so cool, but he
I
was
know.
so bad in that movie. I mean, bad in that he sold the like subtle evil villain.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That-
it's such a great movie. But the point is, it's a Western, and now this whole cowboy thing is really because that's America. Cowboys, America, right? I know they did bad things. Let's scrub that out.
Eh.
No cowboy
Eh.
hats north of the Ohio River. It's the law, I think. I know it looks out of place in certain areas, but boy, it is a cool look. And somebody said cowboy boots are the most uncomfortable thing ever. I have a pair of boots, and yeah, I wouldn't want to wear them for more than about 2 hours because they do get uncomfortable. But I had the Fry boots in the 70s. Everybody had Fry boots.
They were a modified Western boot. That's so.
Yeah.
Donna says she remembers that interview with Brian Dennehy. I believe I do too. I mean, I remember bits and pieces. And wasn't he at an event that you did? There was a live show at Trader.
Yes, Trader Vic's in Chicago.
Vic's, yeah.
Get this lineup. This is when radio had fizz. And on Halloween, I'm going to post a picture of us doing a remote. We're all in costume, and it's with Svengoolie, who hosts the show on the syndicated MeTV network, right? So he
Right.
showed up in his Svengoolie outfit. I'm in Frankenstein makeup, and he had a heart attack. Svengoolie had a heart attack a few days after that. That's how powerful radio was back then. It would give people heart attacks.
Well, that event at Trader Vic's
Okay, that was listen
Brian
to the line.
Dennehy.
Brian
Okay.
Dennehy,
Right.
Penn and Teller in Trader Vic's, and the model. What's her name from Australia? Oh God,
I can't think of her name, but I was
proposed to
sitting
her, by the
on
way. I
Penn
proposed to her.
Jillette's lap talking to Teller, and
Yeah.
I was hearing Teller talking.
Yeah,
And
I
it was
know.
the coolest
Yeah,
thing ever
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean, Teller did not talk at that
Right,
point.
not in public or on camera, but in private. Yeah, and those two guys are aces. They are great. Who
Lordy.
was that model from Australia, and how does that escape me? Elle McPherson.
Oh,
Thank you, Mac.
McPherson. Thank you, Mac.
So here's a moment. They had these big gardenia floating and drinks that are the size of a small bucket or a bucket. And I'll never forget this moment because it was a multiple, you all got a straw. It was for everybody. And here I am sucking on this drink with Elle McPherson. And I'm like, where am I dreaming?
Oh,
And then I
my.
proposed to her. I swear to I proposed to her. It's like, oh, what the hell? I got nothing to lose. I'm single. Why not? I don't know, mate. Okay. So that was the lineup. That was one show. Brian Dennehy, Penn and Teller, Elle McPherson, one show at Trader Vic's. That's when radio had fizz and had percussion. That's what you did. That was the fun part of it.
So there is a book coming out in a few weeks regarding those days at the heyday of what was WLUP. It was, I mean, a game changer in radio, and you guys were front and center for it. And our friend Rick Kempfer has written this book and cannot wait to have him on the show here
He's
in a
going to be
couple of
on to
weeks,
talk
hopefully.
about that book. And that's what makes it hard to see where radio has gone, knowing what it was and what it is now. I don't even understand what the hell happened. And to see it in this condition where it had this supernova run, I know things change, but my God, it's unrecognizable.
You know,
Warren Zevon was not a Trader Vic's. I don't know. We had Warren Zevon on. I have to say, one of the worst guests ever. Nicest guy, but he was not comfortable being interviewed. And it was just hard to talk to him, but he was a really nice guy. It wasn't like he was being belligerent or arrogant or whatever. It was just he wasn't comfortable.
Wasn't his thing.
He was a great artist, songwriter, but the interview thing was not his bag.
So, and this was a station that you didn't work at with me, but I did a morning show at a different station, and I got to spend a morning with Ed McMahon, and now he's become
Hey-o!
He is a topic in the new Britney Spears memoir. So, if you don't mind me saying here, it's one thing to turn on Justin Timberlake. So we've kind of heard some of the rumblings about that. But now Britney Spears is disparaging the memory of Ed McMahon.
Jesus.
All sorts of revelations in Brit's new memoir, The Woman in Me. But the one regarding Ed McMahon seems maybe, and once again, this could be me pushing my personal feelings, which a lot of journalists do these days. But anyway, this seems like a stretch. She claims that at the age of 10, she was traumatized by the Tonight Show sidekick's flirtation. She says that the then 69-year-old told her that she had pretty eyes and questioned whether she had a boyfriend, and ultimately suggested that maybe he could fill that role. She says the exchange brought her to tears, prompting her mom to salve the situation by buying her a hot fudge sundae.
Hey-o!
Hey-o!
Oh, God. I'm uncomfortable airing that laundry. I don't get it. I understand this book is selling like crazy, though.
Right.
But people like that, I don't get it.
But gentlemen of that age would do that. Hey, young lady, you're a fine looking lassie, but I never took that stuff. I know sexual harassment. That doesn't seem like sexual harassment, does it?
Well, it's to sell books a lot,
to each their
which
own, I
is
guess.
sad
Yeah.
because the publisher is going, hey, we need to have some thing to throw out there that will really get people to buy this book. What do you got? Anything? And then they start stretching things that might not have been anything, and then they become something to sell books. And the airing of the dirty laundry, I do not get.
Yeah. Now, when it's funny, good dirty laundry, like you asking Elle Macpherson to marry you over a big
that's benign.
bucket of liquor, that's
yes,
okay.
That's different.
Did she cry? Did she have to go get a hot fudge sundae afterwards?
Yes, she did. Excuse me, I need a hot fudge sundae right now. Okay.
Do we want to do the other sponsor?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you, Ryan.
Sorry.
That would be David Hochberg and his team, who will help you with a mortgage. Because, boy, you think about the lending rate and all that goes with buying a house these days, and you probably are freaked out, but you want to buy a house. You saw a house, you can afford the price, but the rate now is crazy. And what do? Well, you call this guy, and he'll give you a free consultation. Free. Got nothing to lose. He's licensed in 35 states. So if you don't live in Illinois where he's headquartered, still call, see if he can do business with you in one of the states you live in, because we have people all over the country here checking in. All right. Okay. And what do you got, Leslie?
I got one more for you. Wait, where are we? Oh, we're almost at the top of the and here we felt without Jenna that we might have a problem filling a show.
It's funny how when you start shooting the shit, how much shit you have.
Oh, and do we have shit?
Thank you, Samantha. Good show, Samantha, she says. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. And Despite what the rest of you may think, we're going with what Samantha says. So finally, according to a new study, Taylor Swift may be good for your mental health. The research published in Psychology Today finds that in addition to the positive emotions many feel by simply listening to Taylor's music and lyrics, the social connectedness of her fan base bridges generational gaps and spurs intergenerational connections, i.e., grandmas are taking their granddaughters and grandsons to go see the movie, and everybody's having fun. And then there's this whole thing about the friendship bracelets that people pass around at these events, and they say it's just damn sweet.
What is wrong with trying to cut a path away from all the insanity? And that's what she's providing. That's what an artist does, that people flock to. They give you something to say, hey, all this is shit, but you make me feel good, right? Boom.
And that's pretty much what people are craving these days, is something just to make them feel happy. And the thing too that's different than a lot of these things that we've seen on social media is that they're actually physically getting together. And so people are face to face and dancing together in the movie theaters and handing each other friendship bracelets. And well, you were the one who said it feels a lot like the Beatles.
Yes, because we were in that John F. Kennedy was assassinated funk. And then 2 months later, the Beatles come along. Oh, it's not all doom and gloom. These guys make me feel good. Boom. That's it. Here's the whole point of this show. Let's feel good, because all this other stuff, bullshit.
Oh.
Okay. And look at, my drink is almost gone. All I have is the Luxardo cherry at the bottom.
Are you gonna melt some ice cubes with a freshener today, or no? You're calling it. Okay. Enough's enough.
I might, before I go out to the backyard, take my shoes off, sit on the rock and cry, I might do a topper. I'm in that kind of mood because it was such a weird week. They're all weird. But I need to escape. You need to escape? Good. Come here.
The other thing, so do I look pale to you guys?
No. You brought this up before we went hot. And some random person approached you recently and said, you look pale. Take care of yourself. And
I didn't know, is she seeing something other? And other people around me are going, no, you look fine. But I'm thinking, well, maybe they're blowing smoke up my ass. I don't know. Do I look pale?
Why do people do that where they come out? You look tired. Why do you do that to people?
Well, in the same way, would you ever mention someone's weight? Would you ever mention something unless they bring it up first? I don't care if they've got a scar running from their forehead all the way down to their chin made by a box cutter. Unless they offer an explanation, I'm like, nothing new here.
Really? You look tired. Well, thank you. Here's the weird thing. It's when you're feeling good about yourself usually.
Yes.
And everything's going, and they go, you look kind of tired. Are you okay? Like, what the shit? I just felt good. Now you killed me.
Hell.
Yeah.
Well, so it's all here. It's all.
So we got all that.
This is going to make you feel good. Taylor Swift charges for her swag.
Yeah. Look at that.
And mind you, she's a billionaire now.
Yeah. Yeah, because she charges. We're just having a good time giving it away for free. And all that's going to somebody that we're going to find out who that is in just a minute here. Ryan, are you ready with the computer?
I am ready. Let's see if I can do this. Let's do this.
Well, I hope so. Now we've built it up. All right.
Oopsie.
Here we go. Up, 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 up.
You changed it
J.
up.
Robert Stephen.
There's a name we haven't seen before.
All right. Email me, GarryMeierShow@GarryMeier.com, J. Robert, and I will forward that to Leslie, and you will get all that stuff that you just saw. All right.
We've got
once again, apologies to Matt Schmidt from last week. Your stuff's going on.
Yeah, Matt, you also please email me if I missed it. I'm sorry. I'll
We've
get
got
it to her.
Yeah, we'll get it.
We've got to wait 10 seconds. We're almost at the top of the hour here.
Oh, we have to wait 10 seconds.
Oh, well.
Okay, maybe AI can fill it in.
They could.
Garry Meier
there it
is
is.
very
We're gonna.
nice.
Garry Meier.
We've heard he doesn't have no lice.
Garry Meier had the big drink with Elle Macpherson and proposed to her. Yeah. Then we changed socks.
He likes
a little
to
Garry
drink
Meier.
and play.
In the world of radio, a legend stands tall, a voice so familiar, heard by one and all. His name is Garry Meier, shining bright. With every word he speaks, he brings us delight. Oh, Garry Meier, you're a radio star. With your wit and charm, you've come so far. From the days of WLS and the Loop, you've captured our hearts in a unique loop. With a quick sense of humor and stories untold, Garry's laughter contagious. It never gets old. He'll take you on a journey with tales so grand, transporting you to places you'll never understand. Oh, Garry Meier, you're a radio star. With your wit and charm, you've come so far. From the days of WLS and the
Honest
Loop,
to God, I would have gotten kicked out of poetry class with that kind of shit.
It's a machine. We'll take it and run with it as much as we feel we should, and it's all we can do.
It was done in about 30 seconds.
Huh?
I said it was about done in 30 seconds. I put that together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a machine, so we'll. I mean, it's pretty much accurate. I mean, aside from the stroking bullshit, the particular that I don't know, but
it's going to be running businesses. This is going to take the place of creative consultants in marketing departments and public relations firms. I think you are very fine.
You are good. You are,
and I would like to dine on something that you made today. Let's all have some fun at play.
Next week, we're going to push Leslie's name into the pewter and see what it comes up with, and it'll be fun.
I already did that, but I didn't. I only wanted to let one out at a time.
All right, next week. All right, let's take the cannoli and whip it out, and it's delicious. Here it is. Take it. It's complimentary. Leslie, what about the schnauzer?
I would take my schnauzer up that escalator to the top of the mountain, and it wouldn't be sweaty at the top either.
Okay. Next week, oh yes, we'll be on the program. We're back on Monday. Thanks for viewing. Here we go. The wheels are down, the flaps are down, 3 in the green. The GarrForce, America's podcast, the voice of the globe, has landed. Happy Halloween weekend.
And that's it for all the news and nonsense here at the GarrForce.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce.
Thanks for streaming. Like, subscribe, and be kind. But no need to rewind. It sure would be terrific if you subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
More eyeballs.
If you're watching this show recorded, that button is right here. And if you'd like to look at past episodes, try that button.
Boom. Shakalaka.
That's it.
Oh, I guess I'm alone again. All right, how do you shut this thing off?